Excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, let me clear my throat. Okay, is that type of energy? Man, y'all. Well, you know what? Yeah, let me clear my throat because that's what I was hearing from Spirit. Is I don't know what new, maybe it's not new, but you just put your feet on the ground in a way that you haven't put them on the ground in a long time before. Like, you could have been dealing with opposition or conflict or chaos, but it ungrounded you in a way that you were able to put your feet on the ground with such resilience and clarity and authenticity. Just a knowingness, okay? Like maybe it's a knowingness of yourself, but it's also a knowingness of others. And I don't even think it's everybody. There may be people in particular who have caused conflict with you, who give you reason to question their truth, that you have truly put your feet on the ground, okay? Either way, whatever you have come into, whatever you are certain on, that level of confidence is sending, like, karmics are restless. They were losing their shit recently, like scattering around, like probably not even in their minds. They became monitoring spirits because they were anxious, overly concerned, obsessed with figuring out what you are doing and how you're doing it. Someone wanted you to stay ungrounded. They're like working together. I literally, they were like working together. I don't know if I got this download from something I was watching or just throughout the day, but it's like you may have people that actually work together to try to, it sounds stupid, but defeat you. So there must be something that you're doing or something you intend to do or something that you do naturally that changes something in their reality. But this person is like desperate to get you off your feet, because when you are grounded, it's like there's no ending to you receiving what you want, what you need. And something about that is like pissing this person off, okay? But basically, it's like they were talking to someone else and they're like, okay, well, you don't have to like do this or you don't have to do that. Just make sure that they don't, make sure they can't be grounded. Something like that. It's really weird. Um, but yeah, I have been getting like, some of you have karmics that are couples or karmic couples. And then some of them are weird as fuck because they're family members. Like the couple is like a sister, brother, mother, father, or some kind of weird ass dynamic like that. But anyway, just that alone can be ungrounding. So you may have already just accepted the sick shit or the weird shit, okay, that somebody in your reality deals with or fucks with. Like their energy is tainted with weird shit. Maybe it's just dirty thoughts or a dirty life. I don't know, but the vibes be off, like really off. And you're able to pick up on it. And now you just accept it as their truth. Like, you know, live and let live, pretty much. Like you're just going to live your life by default and not try to be overly concerned with their soul, um who they've sold their soul to, what the fuck they're on, as long as it's not interrupting you or interrupting your life. And basically the way you make sure that doesn't happen is that you stay really rooted and grounded in your own personal truth. So tending to you and your reality, giving your energy, attention, and focus to you, and not being overly concerned with what these demons are doing or what these demons have done or what these demons could possibly do, solidifies a certain reality for you. So likely the worst, your worst case fear or your worst scenario, they would never get away with. Nowhere near you. Nowhere near you. So, you know, it's like there's certain things that you never have to fear or worry about, but it doesn't change the fact that you see what you see, you know what you know, you feel what you feel. Okay, and there is a reality where that shit is real, but that's their reality, and it does not I'm getting that you guys have a vibrational difference. So that cannot be a part of your reality when you guys are in resonance, okay? All right, so anyway, those are downloads. Is there anything else? I don't think so. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into the oh yeah, I also heard stand for something or you'll fall for anything. So mostly stay out the way until you know what your truth is. And for some of you, you have learned that there is a specific truth, or there are specific people in your life that you can align your mind with your truth about them. And their truth connects you to God, to the divine. So it is like a free gift or an instant alignment with your divine timeline. Now that's a paradigm shift that manifests a whole new reality, a reality that likely is very pleasing to you. And there is a need to protect it. So when you are confused, or when you feel like you're dealing with issues where you got to go back and forth, or you're on the fence, you are outside of that timeline, and you need to find your clarity and truth. You need to see what it is that life is trying to show you before you choose this timeline again, because in that timeline there is no room for indecision. Okay, your world, your life, the experience of life can become unstable. So someone was trying to destabilize you because I feel like you were already very stable, but this energy is coming towards you. It's trying to keep you from getting to a new season. So there is some upgrade that you're getting ready to hit. That's usually when all these waves come in. It's just like the tree in the Bible, and it's like planted firmly, but the waters come in and they rush up against and they push up against, but the tree is so rooted and grounded in its truth that it doesn't move. And that's how I feel like life is coming towards you, like with the waves, or maybe it already happened, past tense, present tense, near future. But either way, when it feels that way, and those waters represent emotion. So you may have people who are emotionally dumping on you. I did say there's a lot of attention on you. So all of that attention and focus may not be positive. But there's a need for you to just hold on to your truth, regardless of what other people are trying to dump on you or get you to see or get you to think. Those waters will go back where they came from if you don't allow it to shake you. Okay. So it's probably a lot of karmics who are insecure and unstable right now because this is what they were trying to do to you. I don't know why they continue to do the same thing, but that's really a benefit to us because the demonic influence that they're under, it moves predictively. And you likely, with being on a divine timeline, being a divine masculine, divine feminine, you are so in tune with God, whether you read it in the Bible or you lived and breathe the experience of gaining a connection with God, with your gut, with your higher self. Excuse me. If you learn that through life experience, it really doesn't matter. The point is you have been downloaded pretty much with the clarity of how the karmic energy moves. So these cycles are not new to you. The faces have changed, the places have changed, but the energy is still the fucking same. So you can predict and outwit any karmic plot, plan, bullshit. That's why it's so good for you to be in your authenticity. A lot of times this is what they're like killing themselves to get, an experience that you live consistently. They're trying to get it for as long as they can, a few moments, an hour, a week, just as long as they fucking can, months, a year. They'll take whatever they can, because when they are in your energy, they get the clarity of your life experience and they're able to outwit their own karmic sentences. So these people, they have karma that they have to pay. And they think that they're going to uproot you, unground you, shake your world, shake your truth in order to get it from you. But you have way too much clarity now. See, now what Spirit has been doing is, oh my goodness, I've been hearing that for like the past 6 months. That Spirit is going to make your power more reliable. God is making your power more reliable. So you just know. You just always know. If you're you and you're in your truth, there is only a certain level, mainly whatever you're thinking or whatever your vibes are, or whatever your fears are currently. That's the only, like, that's the little bit of wiggle room that this reality has to confuse you or to surprise you or to affect you negatively. They've got only as much wiggle room as you allow. That's why it's so important that you do get stable on what you know and how you feel. Okay? And that's what they have been attacking your whole entire life. That mind of yours, when it is clear and you are aware and conscious, it's undefeatable. You're like a strategic beast. Just like a magician of strategy. And there's like a force field around your mind, which keeps you free from a lot of these energies who want to confuse you or who are used to being able to control you. Okay. And I'm talking about like whole corporations, organizations, religious cults, covens, families. Okay. All these things. Oh my goodness. And that hurt space, when they cannot get in your hurt and change the way that you feel about yourself or that you feel about other people, oh my God, it's like a big ass slap in the face for all of those who have dealt with you maliciously or treacherously. It's like you're just constantly spitting in their fucking face. That's your emotional peace and happiness. It's just like a slap and a spit right in their face, like a loogie right in their fucking eye, their evil eye, because you are able to see it. And you are not a cooperative component to them trying to react to you being you. They can't do anything. You get to be you. You get to be happy and free, and you get to enjoy life, and you get to have a genuine smile on your face. And I promise you that there is nothing that they can do, and it just stresses them the fuck out. I think it's funny because they give us enough warfare, and it's crazy that all we have to do is be okay with being us and being happy and being beautiful and being attractive and being magnetic and being lucky and being protected and being blessed. You just have to accept your wonderfulness, and that is your natural protection. So a lot of these wars have been to get you to not believe that it is not safe for you to be you, to be happy, to be free, to be authentic, to be attractive naturally. Like there has been such a war against you accepting you and accepting your life, that it should be like a breath of fucking fresh air to know that this is okay and this is how you're going to conquer them, with your fucking happiness. Okay, period. Welcome. Hi, JR. You're amazing. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You're amazing for that good energy. I appreciate it. All right, so anyway, let's get into the read. Let's get into the energy. So geeked. I'm about to be like a dork with it. Let's get in. All right. All praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over minds, but if they align, that is divine. And it's divine timing. I usually start saying those things, or those rhymes come back to me when it's divine timing. Like I said, there are things that are coming together now that were kept apart by their little, upheaval. They have their little rise. Really, I think it's so that divine masculine and feminine, so you can take a break. it's not easy to be a good person all the time. So many times we want to switch over to the other timeline and cut up. Okay, likely you have tried and life stops you, but that's because you were meant to be an earth angel. You just were meant to be. You are a blessing, and not just a blessing to your life, but you're a blessing to the other people whose life you come in contact with. All of them are appreciative of it. Some of them become so appreciative of it that they become obsessed with it, and then they become hateful and angry, neglectful, and vicious or vile because you detach from them when you need to take your time to rejuvenate. So you just got to learn to not care about the hate, and also see the hate as it's really just a confirmation of just how much you are valued. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. All right. So I'm going to turn off the chat for now. I'm going to turn off the chat for now. And the reason is just because this energy is kind of pulling a little bit from the karmic timeline, so it'll be chaotic, but there are some messages for divine feminine and masculine only. But I just like to eliminate how much excessive energy there is so that I can get precise messages. All right. And this video will be uploaded after this live, so you can come back and watch it again. Lately, I don't know if this is happening with my viewers, but during the reading, I'll catch messages, but by the end of the day, if I go back and watch the same reading again, I am able to see how it almost feels as if spirit guided me how to work around what was happening later. But it felt like it was cryptic, like I didn't even realize it consciously, but it was subconsciously already within me to know what to do and how to move, because I had absorbed that energy from earlier. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that, but I hope that you guys are, because I feel like that part of it is like magical, and I want everybody to experience it. Okay. Oh, hello, Daddy. Hello. The Emperor coming out. That's the divine masculine seated on their throne. I love this energy. I've been feeling that for like the last few days. It almost felt as if the divine masculine was very fixed and firmly grounded in a reality that is currently more high vibrational than you, like the experience that you're currently living. Now, this could come from personal successes in their own life, accomplishments, a sense of confidence and clarity that they were experiencing at a time when you were not. But this proved to be a protection for you, like a heavenly father, but they're an earthly father, well, they probably are a real father, but this is a man, a masculine, a dominant masculine in your life. So you have physical experiences with this person. But the energy that they're carrying is so closely aligned with the divine, with God, with source, with the universe, that it makes that more real for you. It makes it tangible or concrete. Okay. So it's something about this man's stability that, yeah, it helps you to see through illusions, or it will. Okay. Coming back to reality, anxiety, cold reality ends your dreams, lack of purpose and clarity. So this may have been what has been happening. For some of you, you're definitely dealing with with the Emperor and Aries, a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Scorpio. With this Seven of Cups energy, someone could have a Venus Scorpio, a Scorpio and Venus, or you could be this masculine's feminine energy. But there is some reality that you had to accept or that you had to see. And I feel like this person held your hand or held it down while you went through that. Okay, so there was like a cycle, something that you had to go through. It was not easy. You may have not even trusted this individual while you were there, because it feels like this is what they're aware of. They could change this. Why aren't they doing anything about this? But in all actuality, reality just is what it is. And likely this could just be what you have created for yourself. You put yourself in this situation, but from this person's high vibrational place, they were able to offer clarity for you, where you were able to face whatever it was that you were going through with a sound mind and a sound heart, likely. So it proved to be a protection for you, though this is somebody who may have not jumped in and saved you. It gives me actually like my real father. He would tell me how to survive and get through certain situations. But like anytime I try to run and call my dad and tell him like, oh, my boyfriend, he did this to me, daddy, please come get me, and blah, blah, blah. And he would be like, you chose that man. You were not afraid of him. You were not worried about him. You were not concerned. You thought everything was perfectly fine. You're going to have to work that out yourself. I thought he was the worst father in the world. But honestly, there is no man that can pretty much end me because of that. Because if I can, it's like my daddy always was like, no, you're running to me acting like you're broken and you don't know what to do and you're so scared, but that's not your truth. That's not how I raised you. That's not your truth. He wouldn't accept that reality where I was defenseless and helpless and scared and victimized. He just would not. That's not how he sees me. That's not how he's ever seen me. That is often how I've seen myself. I've had women in my life who helped me to solidify that version of self where I was helpless and I'm a victim. But those feminine energies usually like to be the savior for me. So that worked for their reality. My dad, he wasn't interested in saving. He was more interested in enjoying life with us. A lot of the things that I was going through, he felt like these were issues I created for myself. And he was right. Because when I changed my mind and I changed my actions, I stopped running into a lot of those situations and scenarios. In fact, I've had certain scenarios that had repeated my whole entire life, and it wasn't until I met another divine masculine who was not my father. It wasn't until I met that person, and that person did not step in and become like this savior for me, that whole energy came back to me, and then what was happening stopped happening. Like I stopped being afraid, and suddenly what I was afraid of no longer exists. So there's something here where there's been a veil that's been keeping you or holding you back from your true power. You have a lot more power than you think. And I am talking about a male masculine in this emperor energy, but honestly, these divine masculine, these men, even if you're a female, what they help you to do is see the other side of you, because you have a masculine energy too. And for a lot of us, our masculine energy has been dormant, or it's been kept in the shadows, or we only use it for work or for, physical domination and physical work and things like that. But actually, the masculine energy is very good for your mindset, for self-discipline. Allowing that mind to be powerful, because that mind can manifest a whole life experience for you. But you've got to have a clear mind, and you've got to have a clearly defined mind, like lines, boundaries. You got to know your yeses and your nos. It can't be a whole lot of maybes. And then you can deliberately create a reality that fits you, that feels good to you, and that you're due. You're not giving this power over to any masculine in your life, or any masculine energy, because for a lot of us, our minds and our energy was hijacked by these religious corporations and entities. So we didn't have a lot of authority. We're just kind of moving around mindlessly, doing whatever we think we're told to do, that we have to do, and not really consciously creating the life that we want to see or that we want to live. So yeah, I feel like a lot of us are taking our power back. All right, so let's see. There's an illusion that you were able to see through, or that this person helped you to see through. It had to do with codependency, lack of stability and security, not feeling safe, superficiality, reckless spending. So someone may have wanted to see you in this energy where you were doing the most. Okay. So So I was saying that karmics working together to try to confuse you or try to get you in this space where you would do the most. I don't know why that would be relevant, but you were too grounded. I just saw this person with the Two of Pentacles like walking on a tightrope. You were way too stable. You were way too grounded to fall into this trap. Maybe this is something you've done before, okay? There's something about superficiality, they want you to show up as you're not the real thing. They want you to show up as a gimmick or a joke. This kind of feels like a humiliation ritual. Someone who is obsessive with possibly imitating you, and they can't imitate you when you are you. So if they can shake your reality enough to make you think that it's not enough, that you're not getting enough, that you aren't enough, then they can trigger you to do more. And that's like getting you off of your timeline and pushing you into fairy tale land. It's like where real life is just not enough. So you have to create a fairy tale or something like that. And that energy, though that is a beautiful energy, it can keep you ungrounded. So that's good for some people, especially like if this person is actually your father and you guys are closely knit together, or if this is your divine masculine and you guys are in a solid and committed and safe relationship, then you naturally have that strong masculine energy on you and around you to protect you. But when that person is not, when you're not together, you never want to rely on somebody else. You always have to know that this is who you can be and how life can be by yourself. So for the majority of you, I'm getting you are not in connection with this person. Or like I said, my father, no, I really had to be out here as a whole person. There was no just flying around in my feminine energy when I was in situations where things were not going right. That was supposed to be your wake-up call. Anytime something is not going right in your life, it is time for you to get grounded. Okay. Now, karmics try to do this, but the difference is that they have not learned the lessons. They have not done the work. And so they cannot usurp or override what your vision is, because you are actually the light. They're just reflecting and absorbing the light. They don't have any power. But you do. And that's another reason why they like to keep you ungrounded, where you think you have this false sense of safety, so that they are able to sneak in and essentially steal that power that you have. It's almost like a wand in your hand, a magical wand, and they're stealing it from you. So yeah, you could be a fire sign, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. You could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you have those placements in your Mars or your Venus or your North Node or your Sun sign. But I'm getting that that's the conqueror energy, and it has to do with being able to conquer energy. But because of your divinity, it gives you a leg up. And so these individuals are trying to pretty much blast you into a false sense of security, so that they can come in and really rip out that security. They want to control a narrative or a reality that they don't feel in control of. So I feel like this masculine has been holding things steady, and you have been likely working through some issues. There were some things you needed to see and get really grounded. This is so that the ground beneath your feet is so solid and stable. You can see your way through anything. There is nothing that can be thrown at you in the reality that you are currently in that would knock you off your feet or push you into the energy that you don't want to be in. Okay, so you're getting boxed in, caged into your truth. Before, I feel like you hit this ground and run loose. So there probably is something that you're about to do. But again, God is making your power more reliable before you do it. Okay. Page of Swords in reverse. Nice. I was saying there are monitoring spirits. Their eyes are going blind now. Their ears are going deaf. So they do not know your plans. They can't see you or nothing. Definitely can't see this masculine. Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're lost. They're lost. As a matter of fact, the things that they were planning, they don't even know what direction to take or what direction they were going to take. They're lacking vision and motivation. They're experiencing delays, self-doubt, hindrances, and regret. Okay, honestly, because whatever they did, it's not stopping what's next. What it's done is started them way back at the beginning of a cycle that they were probably almost through. But they had a choice to make too. And that choice was rather to pretty much, for some of you, especially in this divine masculine energy, it's like they're either with you or against you. That was their decision to make. But either way, whatever decision they had to make, it looks like for the majority of them, especially those that you felt were monitoring you, they made the wrong decision. They could have used that time, instead of trying to decide what would be the right decision for their life, they were trying to get you to make a bad decision in your life. And for that reason, it was a bad decision for them. So just a complete blowback. Yeah, okay. And they're regretting it. It was to no avail. Okay. I'm hearing some of them may feel like they're living in hell right now, or they're under fire. It's the fire that they sent you. They create hell for people, and then they create it for people that don't live in hell. So you can never keep them trapped there. They're always going to find their way out, because that's not where they live. But that is where these karmics live. That's what they're used to. So you came into their life to help them to find a way of living something better or something new. They took your kindness for weakness, and they chose to try to attack you or dethrone you. That was a really bad judgment call. So we have delight, celebrations. I feel like there is a divine union that could be coming into harmony here. We have delight, celebrations, parties, gatherings, social events, and friendship. Okay, this also could just mean intuitively you are becoming more alerted and aware to those who are in the right energetic space that you are in to create. So when you are in creation mode, it is very important that you protect your energy. We're always creating and manifesting, but there are only a few who choose to do it deliberately, intentionally. So they really give a lot of attention to their energy, their internal world, so that their external world is within their boundaries or within their control. This is masterful. This is masterful energy. Coming back to reality, Page of Cups. Yeah, something was not enough. Okay, so you did have to accept that something is not enough, but it did not have to be in a way that it disrupted your whole reality as if nothing is enough. Okay, and I feel like that's where you had this help. Now, if this is not a physical person, that's fine. You could just believe in God, and it could be, you know, a God that you breathe, the God you breathe, like the air you breathe. Okay. But whatever this person, or I'm going to just say this divine masculine, because it just makes it more real for me. But it's like this person held your hand while you saw something that was not enough, and they allowed you to be honest and true with your emotions, which may not have felt good to you. But it's like they kept the light on all of the other things in your life that are going right. And for that reason, you are not a cooperative component to a reality where this one thing that is not going right, this one cup that is not filled, is enough to take you out, or it's not, you don't have room for doubt that life is good, that you are good, and that life is going your way. There is no room for doubt. But if you would not have accepted this truth or looked at this truth, then you would not have that fortitude on that subject in that situation. So there is somebody in your life that's helping you to get rid of these buttons that I feel people have been able to push in order to push you out of, I say usurp. That word keeps coming through. USURP. I have to look at that again. But they have not been able to dominate. They have not been able to uproot you. And life keeps going well for you. Life keeps going really well for you. Yeah, we have the King of Wands in reverse. So there's someone, whoever that was that wanted this to happen with you, they're pissed off because this is what they were doing. And they may have become consciously aware of it. Reckless spending, financial dependency. Someone was really angry that they were not able to connect with someone. There's somebody here that was living a comfy life off of someone else's dime or something like that. It could even be this masculine. For some of you, you have most of these masculine who move in divine energy, they're like a father to a lot of feminines who did not have a strong authoritative father figure who showed up physically in their life with that divine light. Like my dad was that divine light, but you got to go into his lair to get it. He's not coming to bring it into your world. If he does, it's because pretty much, I don't know, you've done something to get that from him. But it's not often. If you go off and you do something, yeah, it's within his rules. If you go off and do something that he did not want you to do, or he already told you he didn't think it's a good idea, my dad is not going to come into that situation and light it up for you. He's just not. But what he will do is keep the lights on for you, and you can always come back to him and get that enlightenment. And once you take it and use it in your own life and enlighten your life, he will come through. Okay, but he's not going to come through and fix everything for you. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but this feels like a masculine that actually may be a part of your life, or you are a part of their life in some way. And so there are a lot of people that come to this masculine, and I'm not talking about children. I'm saying like grown people that come to this masculine for the energy that they hold, for the enlightenment that they give, for the kindness, for the forgiveness of their soul. This is how this person moves. And when you get acceptance or when you get recognition from this masculine, it means that much. So they have a lot of people who are coming towards them that are used to being able to receive this. And then you have some who have been blessed with the experience of actually being like in a physical connection with this person. So they're used to the way that this person would move and take care of them. So there's somebody here who lost that, or someone who took advantage of that or was reckless with that. And so they've lost it. Okay. They're desperate to get that back. That may be one of the people that was attacking you. So this was also what was shown to you or revealed to you. And that's so that you are aware of this person and what it is that they're truly upset about. Now that could resonate for you, whether you're female or male. I'm telling you about your masculine energy, because you could definitely be a female, but you carry this strong masculine energy and you don't know it, but you're like daddy. You big mama, okay, out here. And people, grown people, are looking to you to be their savior. To be their savior, essentially. That's what they're looking for. And you used to do it, is what it looks like. But you're no longer doing this. And someone is like desperate and adamant about getting this back from you. This is a light that was turned off in their life. They could be even blaming you or blaming someone else that you're connected to for why that light is no longer theirs, why they no longer have this, why they're no longer getting this. They're pointing their finger at everybody except for themselves. It's a personal hell or prison that someone's keeping themselves stuck in. This is likely a Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. They're distorted with the King of Wands in reverse. Let's read about it right quick. My battery is getting ready to go, so we don't have a long time to be in this energy, but I feel like we covered quite a bit. What's the King of Wands right quick? In reverse. Why am I hearing this song? She a devil, she a bad little bitch, she a rebel. Put the floor to the pedal. It'll take a whole lot for her to settle. So for some of you, this is your divine masculine, and this is like their ex. Or they could have children with this person, or maybe multiple individuals, or you're their divine feminine and you have a baby's father or an ex. And yeah, that's just not the life you're going to live. Nobody's going to leech off your person. Nobody's going to leech off of your person. Nobody's going to take advantage of your person. Nobody's going to guilt trip your person into doing any fucking thing that they don't truly want to. Period. So it's not just your person that has the lights on, but you have the lights on too. So that is the both of you locking in and coming into harmony and in sync on certain subjects. So there is no room for this person to try to wiggle their way in and, oh, but woe is me, or oh, please, or whatever. They're going to have to do that with somebody that gives a fuck, because that's what I'm getting is like both of you. You've seen both sides of life. You've likely even been in this person's shoes or something like that. So you guys are exchanging the kind of information where there is no room for doubt. So I feel like someone is making a decision of what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. And there's no room for anybody to confuse them or to make them feel like it's not enough. Again, that energy of trying to make you insecure, feel like you're not enough so that you do more than enough. Honey, whoever you are, you, this masculine, I'm getting you guys, especially always, divine feminine and masculine, you have to understand and know that your literal presence, it sounds so arrogant, which is why you never really feel comfortable just being there and being served and let people be good to you. You always feel like you need to offer and give too. That's that humble, that's that selflessness. But you have to know that that's already a part of who you are. So literally every place you go, you are of value. You are enough. You are more than enough. People are thrilled that you even fucking showed up. This is what you have to know. Yeah, so if you do choose to do extra, and nobody's saying don't do the most if you want to, just don't let anybody else don't let anything outside of you force you to, and never do it from a place of insecurity or trying to prove yourself, because you do not need to prove yourself. You just need to be. That's where your power is, your authenticity. It's in the moment. It's in the moment, and it's more precious than gold. I'm telling you, there's no way you can't be successful when you are not just real. Okay, so King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I don't care how these people are trying to make you feel. You're the real deal, and when you are real, it is enough. It is enough. Everything else you do is just, I mean, it's astounding. It's magical. But just let it come from you and not anything outside of you. So we have dominating, not even worry, fear. Okay, those are entities. Don't move in those entities. Domineering personality. Yeah, whoever this is, they want to dominate something. They're intolerant. You may be tired of their shit. This is somebody you're tired of their shit. And they know it. Overbearing, strictness, and unreliability. They will choose to try to impose their views and values on others, believing them to be superior, and will show little respect for different viewpoint. The card may also point to an upcoming dispute and serves as a warning to the current to extract themselves from it at the earliest opportunity. This is not somebody that you can reason with. They're unreasonable. And essentially, they are the opposite of you. This is like a devil in your life. You are coming through in God's image with divine energy, female or male. This person is coming through as the devil because they're jealous of you. That's really what it comes down to. So this is someone just like the devil, just like with God. Okay. That's fine if you want to feel that way and if you want to go that route. But you're not going to do it with me. And you hurl them down to the ground. Because nobody's going to dethrone you. And believe me, this person in reverse, they definitely are not going to dethrone you. Now, if this person was in the upright, this may be somebody that you'll slap fives with and be like, oh, please, by all means, because I'm tired anyway. Because this is someone who dominates. This is a ruler in their own right. Likely, depending on the other qualities of this King of Wands, if they've conquered the other kings, they are an emperor just like you. This would be your equal. But in reverse, we're done. So So that's what I have for you guys. That's your reading. That's your live. I don't know what's gonna happen this weekend, today, okay, but those are the vibes. So yeah, stay solidified in your truth. Know that you are always enough, more than enough, that you are loved.